now we move over to the next part of our session, which is about the translators. And our first translator for this session is Professor Samy Mahdy. The title of his Quran translation is Spiritual Quran Translation. And Samy Mahdy is a Canadian Egyptian born in 1960, Muslim intellectual, author, public speaker, physician, graduated from Cairo University in 1986, and he holds a postgraduate degree in anesthesia and a postgraduate degree in clinical research. He worked in the medical field for 26 years in Egypt and Saudi Arabia. He has studied Arabic languages and Islam since childhood till now. He participated in Prince Naif bin Abdulaziz Prize competition in first and third sessions of Quranic Studies. He is known for his translation of the Quran, Spiritual Quran Translation, and he has many books, publications all around the Holy Quran. And he can be reached at his website, Spiritual Quran Translation. And the presentation title is Jurisprudence Rulings on Translating the Quran. Over to you, Samy Mahdy, and I would appreciate if the speakers remain within the time limits. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters, members of the International Conference of Quran Translators, ladies and gentlemen of the audience, peace and mercy of Allah be upon you, and prayers and peace be upon our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May Allah bless him and grant him peace. Read is the first word revealed from the Quran, and it is the emblem of this conference, and it is the invitation to continue reading for more learning. The title of today's presentation is Jurisprudence Rulings on Translating the Quran. As all of us know, the rulings of fiqh are five: al-fard, imposition; al-haram, the forbidden; al-makruh, the disliked; al-mubah, the permissible; and al-mandub, or al-mustahab, or most liked. Likewise, the ruling on translating the Quran are divided into five sections. Al-fard, or al-imposition. Translation of the Holy Quran is an obligation of sufficiency on Muslims. If some Muslims perform it, then this duty is waived from the rest of the nation. Fard kifaya, we call it in Arabic fard kifaya. Some translating enter into the section of haram. How? It is what some individual do from translating the Quran with the aim of blocking the path of Allah and inciting disbelief in Allah and contempt for the heavenly religions, such as translating the Quran in historical sequence for al-deep. And the issue here goes beyond the freedom of creativity to ridicule and attack the beliefs and the faith of the others. And Allah has commanded us to respect what others believe. He said, don't revile those who are calling without Allah, so they revile Allah in enmity without knowledge. The disliked, or the al-makruh, this is what some translators do by translating the Quran in a linguistically sound way. But when interpreting this translation, they interpret it in an abnormal way that contradict Sharia, jurisprudence, and the religion, such as the Quranists, who only recognize the Quran and don't recognize the Sunnah or the Shia, or the scholars of jurisprudence and Hadith, and also as the likes of them who followed their approach from the esoteric Islamic sects. The permissible, al-mubah. This is what all the translators do by using what is permitted in the translation. For example, it is permissible to use the word God to translate the word Allah. And it is permissible to translate the beautiful names of Allah. It is also permissible to adapt sentences and words to approach the intended meaning of the verse. Al-mustahab, or the best like it. This is what we seek in this conference in terms of developing translation, perfecting it, and excelling in work in order to approximate the meaning associated with the linguistic miraculous of the Arabic language in which the Quran was revealed. Therefore, it is desirable that we agree on the following matters, whatever your translation that you are proud of. Number A, with regard to the names in Quran, especially the most beautiful names of Allah. And to Allah belongs the most beautiful names, so call upon him by them. So whatever your language is, Hindi, Chinese, Japanese, Persian, Urdu, French, German, Italian, Portuguese, Swahili, etc. The name must be constant as it is. And for this reason, the translation of the word Allah is better for it to be Allah. And likewise, the word Ar-Rahman, it is better for it to be Ar-Rahman. And likewise, Al-Jabbar, it is better to be Al-Jabbar. Number B, for the verbs, we have verbs such as Amala, Fa'ala, Sana'a, Ja'ala. It is recommended to differentiate between them, like work, do, make, set up, as well as the rest of the verbs. It is recommended to give each verb an appropriate word and that differentiate it from other verbs. C, with regard of the semi-sentence and complete sentence and the repeated verses, it is desirable that the translation for them to be fixed upon repetition. For example, semi-sentence, they are therein immortal, hum fiha khalidun, was mentioned 18 times, and the verse, so with which of your Lord's marvels you falsify, فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان. Also, 7 fat cows being eaten by 7 lean ones, and 7 green spikes and other dried up. 7 بقرات سمان كلهن 7 عجاف. It must be when repetition to have the same translation, because it is repeated in Arabic the same. For words such as book, sky, earth, sea, river, etc. It is desirable that the number be the same in the different translations. Dear brothers and sisters, I hope that careful research will be focused on evaluating translations and classifying them according to their agreement or disagreement with the constants of faith, in order to protect our children from ignorance of the rules of the religion and its basic postures. Our children can read any text and think this is the Quran. There must be someone said to them, this is agree with the basic rule of faith or not. And I hope that my suggestion will be accepted by my colleagues and that they will be included in the recommendation of the conference for study and research. Peace and mercy and blessing of Allah be upon you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.